Yo, it's good, y'all. Tim Lee Glean. So there's a recent event that happened, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This rubbed me the wrong way, and this rubbed me the wrong way, and I believe it's just the timing. Now, I might have something prophetic to say. I actually do. And I feel like a lot of people ain't gonna like what I say. But I'm not approaching this and my thoughts and my opinions from a carnal perspective, but a spiritual perspective. But when we look at the physical things that are happening around a physical group of people, and I see the spiritual things happening centered around a physical group of people, this gives me reason to really have what I have to say and why I need to get it off my chest. I don't need to make no sit down YouTube video. I don't need to have the setup. I don't need to put my 4K camera and just all that and make it a cinematic thing. And I just need to talk to you right now. I don't need to replay the clip of the video or anything, but first and foremost, my heart and my prayers goes out to the family of the victim of this heinous crime, Sonya Massey, and Sonya, I don't know how it's pronounced, but which seemed like a very kind lady, very reasonable. From the moment, it's like the moment when I could just see that she was just saying, like, since the beginning, like, Lord Jesus. I just remember just hearing her say it, like the moment that the cops were at, and I just felt like, man, it was something. But I had no idea, because see me, I just watched the video, like I saw it, but I didn't see what happened, or I didn't hear about it I didn't have any preconceived thoughts or notions or anything towards it. I'm watching it, like clearly watching it fresh, with no hearing how it happened or what conspired. So what makes this one different than all of the other shootings that happened, but also, I'm gonna get back to that in a moment. All of this is spiritual, by the way. I just want you to know that. And so we can look at this as black or white. It's not a black or white thing. I don't believe it's a black or white thing whatsoever. But I do believe that a group of people have been used to harm and hurt another group of people in history. And because of that, it re-triggers traumas in our people. Because this group of people that has been used by the devil to oppress and to hurt and to harm and to kill and to rape and to even allow us to assimilate into them, and just to push their culture and their things on us and push us out of our communities and push our, just push our jobs out and push government welfare programs that make you not be able to marry somebody, and if you marry somebody then you can't get this assistance, but you're taking a job. It's so many things that people call me a conspiracy theorist for, because I'm clearly researching the things that are happening in our community, the things that happened over the last several decades, and just seeing the results of that today, where the enemy wants to take out fathers out of our communities and things like that. But when I look at this right here, this one is different. This one hits so much different, and that's because the woman said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And first and foremost, I just heard her on the phone, like, Jesus, Lord, like. And then she asked the one cop to hand her the Bible. So I'm like, oh, she's a woman of faith. She has faith. She in the Bible. She in the Word. So this one was different because she died for the Lord. She died for the Lord. This wasn't no racist thing or nothing. She literally said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," and the demon was on that man. That was a straight up demon. I hope this is evidence enough for you to really see how real Christ is, for that to happen. Now, because of that, and because of Christ's name being mentioned before she was murdered, I cried about it, I'm gonna be honest. I sat down, and then after that, I had to realize and like consider these matters as well. What are they going? And then we got see the devil is crafty, because he knows when to possess a cop to shoot a black person. So that's what this is. This is spiritual possession, to be able to possess somebody, to kill somebody, just to possess a group of people, to oppress a people like this. This is evidence enough. I hope this is evidence enough to know that the enemy knows his time is up, and he wants to rile up the Israelites as much as possible. And I hope that is a sign to show you who we are. That even when we are peaceful, even when we are, to show you that since the 60s, if we're peaceful and doing nothing and not even trying to hurt nobody, that we can still have harm come to us by a group of people. And this isn't a skin color thing. It just a certain group of people are used by the devil to do this, and it just happens that the skin color of said people that are being used are usually of a Caucasian, and then the ethnicity or the color of the people are usually brown people that are being oppressed and that are being murdered by police and this and that. And you can say black on black crime and all that's the devil at the end of the day. It's all the enemy. So that's why I say this is all spirit. We do not wrestle against spirit and blood. Spirit and blood, flesh and blood, but against, spiritual forces and wickedness in high places. Hashatan, Satan, the devil himself, the serpent. Man, and then who's the easiest people for the serpent to influence? Because now I see the Democratic Party. Now listen to me. Because so the president of the United States is the same man that wrote the crime bill that locked up millions of black men. Now because millions of black men are not in the homes, plus we have the rise of gangster hip hop, and we have the rise of disrespectful sexualized hip hop. And with no fathers in the homes, and we have Freaknik and all that other stuff in the 90s. And if you look at the abortion statistics in the black community back in the 90s, it was the highest rate. So we doing this and that with each other, and we were murdering our babies at the highest rate and having many children outside of wedlock, many fathers that weren't there because of prison, because of Joe Biden's crime bill. And then also, we vote for him. And then on top of that, the vice president, that they got a woman on the bill, this woman has prosecuted so many black men. So first and foremost, the people that we voted into office don't care about black men. Now, why am I talking about black men at this point? Because it's all an agenda. It's all an agenda. Now look at this. They're going to use this just like they used the George Floyd thing. They used it because what the devil does, he'll possess somebody. He'll possess one of these police people to do something heinous, and then he'll use the politicians, which are wicked in themselves, to use our struggle and our pain for their gain and for their votes. And then we get them into office, and then they do nothing for us. I think of the Black Lives Matter movement. The Black Lives Matter movement was started by a group of people that don't really care about black lives. It all was political. whenever you're under one of these nonprofit organizations, a 501c3 or a 501c4 nonprofit organization, or even for profit organizations that are aligned with these nonprofit organizations and these ideologies, you got to think these organizations aren't meant to really empower our people and to push our people and to motivate our people. A lot of these things, like I said, when you have a black man, that makes sense. That's like the biggest threat to the enemy. It's the biggest threat to the enemy because we are starting to see right through this. Now stuff like this happening is what really makes me believe that the devil knows his time is up. He knows his time is coming. This country is crumbling, and he's going to use us to try to implement their plan. So what's the easiest thing to do in order to get the Democratic Party into the presidential race and get them into office? And who is the perfect candidate? Who's the perfect candidate to really influence a specific group of people within a group of people? Because the black man and the black woman is separate. First and foremost, Kamala Harris, I'm going to say her name. Kamala Harris is probably going to be, not probably, I thought it was Joe Biden, but if she becomes president, this is going to be the worst president that we have ever had in the history of history. And a lot of people say, oh, first black woman, first this, that. You know, she wasn't really claiming that. She wasn't really about it. You know, so when I see somebody that don't really care about the black community, because you can't say you care about the black community but not care about the black man. And you can't say you care about the black children if you don't care about the black family. But if we have presidents and politicians that are on one side, what they call it, the left wing, that do not care about the formation and empowerment of our people as families. Because if they did, we wouldn't have had all these government programs sanctioned by Democratic President Lyndon Baines Johnson, that if you're under this program, you can't have a husband in the house. And under his administration, pushed jobs out of our communities. And of course, the Republican Party has a lot to do with that redlining as well. And even, I would say, Richard Nixon and even Ronald Reagan, which put the dagger on the war on drugs, which they put the drugs in our community, and then they go to war against us on the stuff that they put in our community. Then we have Bill Clinton become president. Remember the first black president that they say? Well, under his administration and under Joe Biden's crime bill, millions of black men are locked up, and now we have millions of children without fathers in the homes. You see the issues that come without having fathers in the home. Why I'm saying this is because the Democratic Party is going to use what happened with Sonya. It's sad that they're going to use this to try to, and it was a woman as well. That's what makes this crazy. So, man, it makes me sad, man. But this shows me, and a lot of people, Christians, a lot of people in this faith, when we tell y'all we the Israelites, y'all think we crazy. Y'all think we crazy when y'all tell y'all we the real Jews, but then still confused why this stuff happens to our people like this. Why do things happen to the blacks, the Native Americans, and the Hispanics the way that it has? But I look at a specific tribe of people, the Jews, the tribe of Judah, the Jews, so-called African American. I think it is like, man, you separate our men from our women, segregate our families. You push us away, you push the men away. So these philosophies now a lot of black men are becoming Republican, and Republican ain't that much better. It's all the same system. Christ himself, he says that a house divided against itself will be divided. A house against itself that's divided against itself will not stand, I mean. Look at this country and what's happening. So the people that we say are the true chosen people, we pay trillions and billions of dollars to them, yet this country is cursed. But then it say that bless those that bless Israel. Look how they treat Israel. Like, I'm talking about in the physical now. Look at how they treat us. Remember the 40 acres and a mule promise? Even when they didn't give us nothing, we started to build up our own communities. The American government, the country, destroyed our prosperous communities. Think about that. So our communities are destroyed by this country. This country waged war on us. They could have just left us alone instead of leaving us alone. Hey, let's finally sign this civil rights bill 100 years after we reject it. But on top of this civil rights bill, let's include other groups of people and forget your people. Because that's what happens. Push the black man away. This is what all this is about. Pushing the black man out. This is why we have stuff like this now. You know, so it enrages me that happened to her. And it enrages me even more that this happened to one of our sisters. The devil is busy, and he wants to use this to make us look at this as a physical thing. He wants us to look at this as a physical thing. This is not physical. This is not a flesh and blood. I'm telling you, this is spiritual. And there is a lot of prophecy that's around, you know, the black community in general. And like I said, people think I'm crazy. One day, Christ is going to come from the sky. And when you see a brown man come from the clouds, when Christ come back and he a brown man, and all those racist people with those racist hearts, racist evangelical Christians, those racist Christians, yes, I said it. Racist Republican Christians, I said it. Because a lot of these Republican Christians are racist. They're racist. They don't like black people. But then you're trying to incite that same spirit in the black people, in the black Christians. We just need an identity. Who are we? Like I said, the moment that we really know who we are and separate ourselves from all this and really start following our Elohim, our God, watch what he do in our community. But our people are waking up. We waking up to the nonsense. We see right through it. But I'm just telling you, you can call me crazy all you want right now. They about to use this to try to get Kamala Harris in office. They gonna use the black woman plight. And I think it sucks. I think it sucks that our black women really, the devil got our black women really without men out here, and that's really struggling and that's really suffering. And they're really going through it, man. And I feel for them. And they're using the struggle of our women. They're using the struggle. They're using the murder of our men. They're using the neglect of our children. Because when they grow up, they're going to grow up into the new victims, basically. They use our struggles for their plight and for their gain. Because haven't you noticed, no matter who we get in office, we don't benefit from nobody. Hey, River. You got something to say?
Can you please push me?
Yeah, I can push you in a moment. I can also teach you as well. But I'm recording a video right now talking about some wicked stuff that happened. But I'm about to be done. I'm about to close up, so I definitely got you. I know it's windy. I hope you hear me. I wasn't trying to make this video that long, but it's such an agenda against the black community. Like I said, people wouldn't agree with my stance because I'm not approaching you from a political place, meaning I'm approaching you from a spiritual place that I see. And I said this before when I was out street preaching downtown, that Democrat or Republican, like, this is about to be a spiritual bloodbath. And the enemy is going to use, and watch, we're going to see this. We're going to see a rise of this. We're going to see a deeper divide between the black man and the black woman. We're going to see a deeper divide over these politics and over these issues. We're going to see a deeper divide with our people. We're going to see more black men and women stand firm on the word and step away from politics, but point it out. But even if we point it out, we're gonna be deemed as crazy. They're gonna call us all types of whatever. I believe that this is gonna happen. And I just see, for the sake of Christ, she got murdered by rebuking the demon that was in that man. Because she called it out. That anytime that these cops, you got to think of their upbringing, how they grew up and how they were. And then, oh, it's so wicked. It's so wicked. It's so wicked. And I probably need to sit down and really think about this. But I'm going to be honest with you. I want to move forward from this. That's why I want to just get everything off my chest right now. The Democratic Party is going to use this. They're going to use the murder of a black woman to try to and bolster their votes and bolster theirs. Black woman, hear me roar, rawr, and Black Lives Matter, and all these lesbian movements that's going to rise up. And none of these people really care about the black man, and they don't care about the black family. This is why we haven't seen any forward progression in anything. All these nonprofit organizations do is continue to just gain our. We continue to give our money and put our money in these memberships and investing in our dollars personally and these sponsorships. And if you're a part of that and you're against the status quo, they're gonna strip the sponsorships from you. They're gonna strip it. And they want you to not even have a voice. You have a voice, but if you speak up, people not gonna rock with you. When you speak up, all the sponsors and all the things are there. That's because these are things of the world. If the world loves you, if they love you, then you not even. I feel like Christ came here to bring division. Christ came here to bring division. So when you have so many people, a large group of people that are a part of a system, that are a part of a specific culture, and I don't mean culture as far as like how we've been brought up, but I mean a culture, a political culture, and just how this really segregates and destroys and dismantles us as a people. This shows that this system have destroyed our people. And we are destroyed for a lack of knowledge because we don't know who we are. Because we don't know that we the biblical Israelites. Because we don't know that we are cursed according to the book of Deuteronomy. That we are going through prophetic things right now that is prophesied in the prophets and seeing the times that we are in. We see our churches. Our churches are aligned. I mean, the black churches are aligned with the Democratic Party. And we see a lot of this stuff pushing you to vote, pushing you to believe in ideologies. That's why this is why I don't agree with none of it. And when you speak up on this stuff, people think you crazy. People say you this and people say you that. People will call you a coon. People will call you an Uncle Tom. You can call me a Charleston White, or you can call me a male Candace Owens, all you want. Because I'm not supporting no party or no political affiliation. I'm not with none of it, Democratic or Republican. And us black people, we got to boycott this country. Because, quite frankly, if somebody were to offer us reparations, I might vote. I voted once, I'm not voting again. I would never vote in this country again. Because that'd be the issue. We vote and then nothing happens. And it hasn't happened. Ever. What has happened out of us voting Democrat? And what major has happened for us voting Republican? As a whole. I don't mean individuals. But all I know is when Donald Trump was in office, I got paid. I had money in my pockets. Now, I'm not saying that because honestly, I got my gripes against Donald Trump as well. And also my biggest gripe with Donald Trump isn't even with Donald Trump. It's with the Christians that worship Donald Trump. You made Donald Trump an idol. That's breaking the first commandment. You should have no idols before you. You should never make no idol out of man. So one side worships Donald Trump and one side is just pushing everything that's against the Most High. Why would I want to vote for anybody? Why would I want to support anything? I live here, I'm a citizen here, and just like I have the right to bear arms or the right to not bear arms, I have the right to vote and I have the right not to vote. It just seems like when you don't vote, you get shamed for it. But you know what? I'd rather take the flack for not voting than voting for somebody I do not agree with. Because nobody said anything about reparations. Why should I vote for anybody? Why should I vote for anybody that's not going to help my people? And why caring for my people is demonized? Oh, we're the American people. You know, honestly, I don't feel American. I do feel like I'm some sort of citizen here because I was born here, but I don't even belong to America. America don't even belong to America. Every single person that has a social security number, they belong to England. They belong to Great Britain. So we don't even belong to us. America don't belong to America. We belong to Great Britain. And that's another that's another thing in itself, though. When you research and when you know truth and things like that, they're going to look at you crazy. And you know what? I'm ready for all the smoke. Because I don't care anymore. You need to believe on Christ. He died, risen on the third day. If you believe in that, you'll have everlasting life. You need to follow Christ. Because this Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, no politician, and none of these people going to do anything for you. I'm telling you. But, hey. Do what you do, though. You know, I'm not going to judge you for what you do. I'm just telling you the truth about what you do. And just know that whomever you vote for, just make sure that you respect people that has an opposite opinion. I don't respect any of y'all. I mean, I don't respect the candidates. None of them. I don't respect them. And I don't care for them. But that doesn't mean that I want to respect you or love you. Depending on who you vote for, depending on what you believe in and all that. Like, I love you regardless. You know, so I'm not here to judge you. I'm just here to bring the truth about what happened with this shooting. It was demonic. My prayers go out to that family. And yeah, besides that, yeah, I don't have anything else to really say, you know. But man, we in the last days. If you don't know it yet, if you don't know Christ is coming soon, oh man, people been saying that for hundreds of years. They've been saying it. Continue to see the signs of the times. We're not at the place where the Antichrist have been revealed yet. We're not at the place where, you know, read the book of Revelation. You're a believer. You're in the faith. Read the book of Revelation and really try to gain an understanding. Ask the Most High to give you an understanding heart of the scriptures and of the word. You know, but this is why I said I don't want to throw too much of the meat of the word at y'all, because it's a lot. But ultimately, this is to create a power divide against a race of people, which race, ethnicity, tribe, and all that is different. Like race, we're the human race. We're the same race. The devil wants to divide us as much as possible. That's the plan. You know, but I got to get to my children. I did enough productive work. But I just want to tell y'all that, man, once again, my heart goes out to that family. Just watch. It's like right after she announced that she was going to run, and then this happened. Then the devil do that. Because the devil, man, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. If you in this faith and you don't see it, you are deceived. Start praying. We got to pray. But one thing that we got to do as a people, black people, Yah says come from amongst them and be separate. Don't touch the unclean thing. This is the whore of Babylon. That's what we in right now. Let's not take it. You got to pee? Oh, okay. But all right, y'all. I've recorded enough. I just had to get this off my chest. You know, ultimately, me, myself, I have a heart and a love for all people. It isn't just one group of people. I'm just seeing a specific group of people go through something. And then I see another specific group of people that undermines what we go through. And it happens to be Christians. More than anybody is the evangelical Christian that will sweep what we got going on under the rug, and that will demonize us for just saying that we the Israelites. This Christians, this thing, like, because a lot of, evangelical, you know, so, but I got a lot to say about that. But regardless of that, you know, y'all bless you truly. And I hope you understand what I said. I had the spirit to understand. If you don't, then oh well. But y'all bless. Woo.